Welcome back to another Forgotten Vendor video, and today we are gonna go to the Exodar. Right now we are just in the edge here of Azure Mist Isle, and so of course this is alliance only. You cannot do this, you cannot be horde, you cannot talk to these vendors, but if you have an alliance alt like I do, I mean horde, but I have an alliance alt, you can just go over here and buy them and then send them to your horde character. So we're just gonna enter the Exodar here. Today I believe I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vendors. And of course I'm gonna check again, but I have been here previously and I have scouted the area, and these 7 are the most interesting so far. But we're gonna go through them. There might be more, there might be less. So now that we are here, we went down the stairs and we end up in the Vault of Lights. But I want to begin actually in the Crystal Hall, and I want to find someone called Arid. So because I have all the Wowhead links of these vendors, because that's how I save them in my list. I just put a little waypoint here. That's a lot of pages. He has 11 pages of items. So all of these you will have to be a jewel crafter to be able to buy, if I understood correctly. But these last 4 are limited quantity, but you can buy them even though you're not a jewel crafter. You can sell it on the auction house. So first we have designed the Jade Eye, and I have not sold this before, but minimum buyout right now is 1,135. And then we have Design Opal Necklace of Impact. This one I have sold once for 2,919 gold. And right now it says the minimum buyout on my server is 4,894. Then we have Design Heavy Golden Necklace of Battle, and I've sold 3 of them. Cheapest one for 332 gold, most expensive 382 gold. So both of them are under 400 gold, but it's still a pattern for 14 silver. It's on my server there is none on the auction house right now, and market value is 272 gold. Design Amulet of the Moon is the last one. I have sold it once for 3,149 gold. Right now on my server minimum buyout says 2,656. So that's what we can get from him and earn money on the auction house. The next vendor is someone called 6. And it's over here. Yeah. Here she is, Moth Keeper. So she sells blue moth egg. It says market value is 1,451. And then white moth egg that I have sold once for 740 gold. And region market value is 899 on my server. And the last one is yellow moth egg. I have sold it for 561. Minimum buyout on my server right now is 2,137. So what I have done is bought 3 of all of these, because they're just 47 silver and 50 copper each. Learned them, and then caged, and it becomes another prize. Because pets, when you can sell them like for what they are and when you can cage them, they are 2 different prices, and it can be a little bit confusing. And then also buy an extra one that you don't learn and then try to sell them that way as well. So you can sell the same pet first as the egg for one type of price, and then the just a yellow moth for another price. So for example, for me right now, the yellow moth, if I would buy it on the auction house, is 4,895. But if I buy the yellow moth egg, it would cost me 2,137. So as a seller, I would say try to do both, because then you can get it sold different ways. But you do whatever you think is right there. And if you're a horde player with no alliance alts yet, I would say that these blue moth egg and yellow moth egg, as you can see, are sold by someone called Bug Catcher Kalyun in Zuldasar. But the white moth egg is only sold by this lady. 6. Now the rest of the vendors are actually in traders tier. So I'm just gonna see if I can understand how to get there. I'm a little bit confused here since I don't play Alliance, and I don't think many people hang out in the Exodar. Okay, now we're here at Nay Tailoring Supplies. So always remember to press all, by the way. I just want to remind you of that. She first sells these patterned bolt of imbued netherweave that are also sold in Shatrat and Silver Moon City. But this one I have covered in my Shatrat video. So if you've seen that and done that, you don't have to worry. But of course, if they have sold for you, for example me, I have sold these patterned netherweave robe for 243 gold. I'm just gonna buy another one anyway. And these are not limited. So I could buy multiple if I wanted. But she has these 3. And then on the last page, she has a limited one that is patterned bolt of soul cloth. So for the horde side again, these are sold in Silver Moon by someone called Dana, and Outland Nagrand, Mathar G. Okar? Yeah, I'm just gonna point to the name. I don't know how to pronounce that. But that's what Nay has. Next vendor is Half Ferret. Let's see where that was. Aha, in here. Yeah, so as before, the jewel crafter, there's a lot of things here that you need to be a leather worker and use specific material to buy, and then these patterns will bind to you. So if you're a collector, go ahead, do that. But if you just want to make some gold, go to her last page, make sure you have all on if you don't see it, and then she sells something called pattern comfortable insoles, I believe. So for me, these have market value 33,000. Maybe because there's none on the auction house right now. And this one I have not sold yet. As you can see, this is the first time I buy it. So I will try to come back with info in the comments if I sell it and how much for and such. But still, something nice to have. Okay, so the last vendor is in Traders Tier. And it is just straight in here. And it's Trial. And she sells us Small Shield, which is even the add-on, all the things, does not know about her or does not list her as a seller. It just lists someone in Darnassus called Sainrus. I'm gonna be zooming in and pointing at the name. So yes, you could definitely just go to Darnassus instead of going here if you just want this shield, but this lady sells it as well. And then we have large round shield. And then we have small targ. So I would recommend this for the horde side mostly. because these only have alliance vendors that I know of. So this guy, for example, is Ironforge vendor Bromir Ormsen. This is also Bromir Ormsen, and you want to try to sell these shields as well, which you can see I have sold. So don't miss out on white items, guys, okay? Okay. So I'm just gonna restock a little bit for myself, just because I'm here. But most noted from this vendor specifically, Trial, is the top 4. Small shield. Minimum buyout on my server 4,441. I have sold 2. Cheapest one for 2,606. Most expensive one for 2,968. So these actually sell. Then we have large round shield. I've sold it once for 3,123 gold. And minimum buyout on my server right now is 4,784. And then we have something I have never even bought or tried to sell before, called Small Targ, I believe. And it says minimum buyout is 16,265. So we'll see about that. And then we have something called Dull Heater Shield that I've also never bought and never tried to sell, which minimum buyout is 25,000 gold, 759 on my server. So I would recommend you buy one of all of these and try to sell them. Look at this one, for example. I've sold 6 kite shields. Yes, this shield looks like shit, but for collectors, they want it. I've sold 6 of them. Cheapest for 75 gold, the most expensive for 940 gold. So altogether, I have bought this kite shield for 1 silver and 49 copper, and I've sold it 6 times on the auction house, and I've made almost 3,000 gold from just this garbage random shield. So, if you watched all the way here, I'm gonna give you a few more tips. So this vendor I'm not gonna count, because she has another vendor in Stormwind, and she has another vendor in Silvermoon. But if you're here, I would recommend buying just one of each and try to sell them too. You can see, if you look quickly here, I have sold these items as well. So I would recommend you buy one of each and just try. You can see I've almost sold one of everything that she sells. So, her, and then in here, I would recommend these as well. All of these items, buy one of them, try to sell them, because I have sold most of these. But they have a vendor in Stormwind City called Lara Moore, and a vendor in Undercity called Gillian Moore. So, I absolutely understand if you don't want to go all the way to Exodar specifically for these. You shouldn't, but if you're here and you don't have these items, this is an extra tip. And then the last tip I have for all you gold makers is Yill. And as well, buy one of everything he has and try to sell it. So, those are the vendors that I would recommend from the Exodar, the ones I've found so far. Please let me know if you know any other vendors. I would love to add them. And I hope you appreciated those last 3 vendors at the end there, because white items and grey items do sell. I don't understand it either, but they do, so you don't want to miss out on that gold. Lastly, I want to say thank you so much for everyone that watches these. I really appreciate it. I think this is really fun to do, so I'm glad you're enjoying it as well. And I stream on Twitch. I play games, I play WoW, I farm on WoW, and I draw. So have a great day, and I hope to see you again. Bye bye.
Jävlar.
First off, the ocean has all necessary components of a soup. Broth, meat, and vegetables.
The degrees are going up.
I would honestly take out the can.
Fuck!
Jag har inga health potions.
Inte jag heller. Jag kommer dö!
Nej, det kommer dö! Jag har ingen mana! Nej, Millie! Nej!
You're making me so proud.
Oh, it was this. It was the disrespecting May. Look.
Wow, gamble are rigged.
Damn.